the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Jed Castles.
Jed, right now I think the evening team is in the lead, which is good for me and you.
Yes.
Keep it up.
Keep that going. You bet. Had a few fires yesterday. We were tracking that yesterday. Bob Mills Sky News 9 up and tracking those yesterday. Again, a lot of smoke on the horizon. You can see it pretty close to the horizon. That means there was a lot of wind around yesterday. So we're just in those kind of conditions now where this appears to be the biggest threat to Oklahoma. Sometimes you can get what's called a mini severe weather season going into fall where you can have all ranges of severe weather. But when you have these dry conditions, this extreme drought that's kicking in, anytime you get that wind now, those drier days begin to set up as those north winds take over. It creates some complicating fire danger conditions, and we had that yesterday. So that right now is something we'll be targeting and watching as we go until we get some good rainfall. No signs of that right now showing up the next 9 days. Boy, it was a hot one yesterday, not just around the fires, but elsewhere too. Check out the highs yesterday around Oklahoma City, 95 in OKC. The record high was about 98 yesterday, so we came in just a few degrees shy of our record, but boy, we are certainly close to those as these high temperatures remain very hot. Make it close to it by Wednesday as that temperature closes in on record high levels. So the heat is the story here coming our way. 98 Guthrie and up near Piedmont and Kingfisher nosed right up to near 100. We're starting off on a nicer note here out the door this morning. 68th this morning with a light south wind, southeast wind. About 6 miles per hour. Quiet conditions get you started this morning. Here's a quick check on your fair forecast today for heading that direction. Great out the door this morning. It'll be mild to warm starting off at 8 o'clock. Fair kicks off at 10 o'clock this morning, 83. And those afternoon conditions, if you're making plans to go during the afternoon, lots of sun and lots of heat. The heat is crazy now, so it's going to feel very hot. Got some wind, but you need to tank up on that water if you make plans going during the afternoon. Your evenings are better as those temperatures start falling back off, but lots of sun and lots of dry weather as well. And we're also in ragweed season now. That ragweed's been flirting between high to very high. A very high day today. So if you're waking up this morning feeling your allergy type, conditions, your stuffy nose, sneezing, itchy skin, all that good stuff. More than likely it's the ragweed kicking in. Do have some tree pollen that's kicked in as well. Right now grasses and the mold spores reporting in the moderate category. Let's check your temperatures right now. They're ranging in the upper 60s, most locations in the 70s, but a few spots are right up near 80 this morning. These areas up around Ponca, Stillwater, near Tulsa, it was up around 100 yesterday. So these areas just a notch hotter than the rest of us as we start off this early morning. Let's check out the tropics because we are watching Fiona. Fiona is a Category 3 hurricane now, winds 115 miles per hour, and in the next 24 hours expected to strengthen as it lifts northward, just north of the Bahamas. Could be seeing winds up to near 130 miles per hour. The trend, it should stay out off the coast, but sometimes these hurricanes can create such a disturbance in the water that can create waves, so you can get some coastal issues, coastal flooding on the East Coast when these bigger hurricanes set up. This will stay out at sea, eventually making landfall up near Nova Scotia sometime later in the week. Around here, it's high pressure, high and dry over Oklahoma. All the rain skirts around and above that high pressure area. There might be a brief shower in the Panhandle or far northeast Oklahoma, but our pattern is going to be staying dry with that hot weather sticking around going into the week. Cold front will arrive as we go into Thursday. That'll try to cool things off a little bit, but we'll try to heat it back up some here going into the weekend as the high pressure area stays in place. One more front will ride in over the weekend, and that should bring again some more fall-like temperatures coming our way. Future temps today look hot. Here comes that first front coming in Wednesday. That'll cool us off some on Thursday. 50s, 60s, and 70s to our north, 90s to our south. So right on that edge of being in fall-type temperatures, but the heat will continue here going into the late week period. There's your temps. They'll go from 90s, dropping into the 80s, back up into the 90s by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Or by Friday and Saturday. By Sunday, here comes the next front, and that's going to bring more of a nice fall pattern to Oklahoma as we'll see highs in the 80s and lows in the 50s. So we're headed the right direction. It's going to take a few more days to get there.